Alrighty then. So today we got TransArt Metal T-Rex. We all know who he is because there's only pretty much one Metal T-Rex that we all love and yes and hate all at the same time. So here we are at the box. Someone tell me who this character is. I cannot remember if that's I don't want to say it's Cheetor, and I don't want to say Inferno, but I want to say Inferno, but he was never a transmetal. So if you guys know who this is, let me know in the comments. This one's Tarantulas, after he got his metal form. This one is the Snake and Scorpion guy. I forgot what it's, Long Shot or something. I can't remember. He really wasn't my favorite. Had that country twang. And Waspinator right there. So, and Waspinator never got a transmetal form except for in the toy. So yeah. All right. So I don't know. I don't know what. Maybe Scorpion. I don't know. So there's the bottom. Already looked at the sides. There's the top of it. As you can see, Metal Jungle, Metal T-Rex, TransArt. All right. And then, well, technically, I guess that was the back because this is the front. So there he is, number 6, BWM, Beast Wars Machines, I guess. You know what? It's the artwork's kind of cartoony, but I dig it. You know what I'm saying? We're not here for the box. And just for you guys to know, it's not a toy. Look at that. See? Right there. Age 16. That means you have to be legally able to drive. All right, unless they changed it or something. I think they did. I'm not 100% sure. All right, so there's the box, and let's just start off with some of the accessories here. So I can't find. I just had them too. That's the sad part. All right, so we have this for you guys that's watched the show. You know what this is. This is the fragmented golden disc that told the future. And yes, it does spin. Alright. That goes on the tail. We'll get into that later. Parts forming here. But, you know, I don't know why they did it. But it is what it is. It is, this one actually is for when he's in the spot mode right here. So there's that. And then you have this plasma. Now, my copy did not come with the LEDs because they took them out by the time I got them. So, but yeah. So it's got like a little magnet piece right here that would turn on the LEDs if it still had it in there. You can also plug it into this, I believe. And it's got that pew pew action. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, got the little flex on there. So yeah. But the main bot himself, or the main dino, you know, right here. Here he is in all his rolling glory. Yes. Brand new packaging, same old Megatron. Yeah. Like I said, I've always liked the Beast Wars Megatron. Probably one of my favorites. Just you know, you watch my last review on the regular Megatron, then it's pretty much all the same. It also came with these gloves, but I'm not gonna use them. The gloves are mainly because he's very, very shiny, and you leave fingerprints on like the little, especially like on the purple parts. You can see the fingerprints on there. If you get really close, I don't plan on getting all that close with it. So or I don't plan on playing with him a lot. But yeah, let's get into that detail there. So as you can see, there are no LEDs where the eyes are. So they did give you a thing of foil stickers here, so I only used them for the dino eyes here. Well, the dino eyes right there, and for the I guess it's on his chest. I did not use them for his bot mode at all. I actually like what they did with the bot face. As you can see there, he's got the little rollers, and he does roll really good. All right, so you guys can see that. Yeah, articulation in the fingertips, in the arm. So that's very cool. There's, you know, I got mine from Show Z. On my review there, I gave it a 4.5. Yeah, 4.5 out of 5. Just simply because it didn't have the LEDs. Other than that, I have no complaints whatsoever about this bot here. So of course, I love him in his dyno mode. I'm going to keep him in his dyno mode. But you can just, you want him in full dyno, bam, bam. Yeah. Yes. So you guys can see that right there. And he stands really good. He actually transforms a lot better than his original purple form. But yeah, am I going to transform him? I don't know. I really don't know. The fan blades here, they spin, as you can see. All right, then you just close those bad boys up. That was a nice, really nice, cool feature that they put in there. And he's very not toy accurate, very show accurate, you know, except for these little screws right there, because you know they had to make it, you know, work, whatever. Does his tail open up? It does. All right, so his tail does go up, down. My copy, this comes off a lot, just on that ball joint though. That's pretty much the only place it really comes off at. Be careful right here when transforming. If you do get this one, he comes in this robot mode, but this is very tight. It's not a complaint to me. Okay, I like my figurines to be nice and tight because, you know, with wear and tear and time, they get loosey-goosey and you have to go in there and repair. But yeah, like I said, you got articulation in the fingers there. They close. Alright, got that. He also came with another pair of fingers, so when he's in his bot mode, these actually turn into guns. Don't know what I did with those though. Yeah, I have no idea. I'll probably put them with the rest of the parts that that I put with my other accessories and things like that. But the tail, oh, not the tail, the tongue actually goes up and down, as you can see. Alright, mouth closes. Yes, got a little head tilt side to side. Okay, up and down just a little bit, you know, just enough to, you know, really get that metallic lizard look, you know. But let's see if we can I'm going to attempt to try to transform him. I know I normally don't. I keep saying I don't, and yet I keep trying. So first thing you want to do is just unpeg that tail, or at least that's what I do. And then bam, bam, like that. And this over here, that's gonna open up. Alright. Bam. You're gonna take all of this and just put it all out. Widen that screen there. And no, it did not come with instructions, but luckily for me, there's a thing that they invented called YouTube, and it works very well. So So I did go to YouTube just to figure out if I was transforming him correctly, because I was, like I said, I was very scared with messing with the dino head because it was really tight on peg, which that peg I'm talking about is this peg right there, and it's just gonna peg into right there. All right, so am I going to be able to do it live on camera? I don't know, because that's one thing that's always gets me are the transformations on some of this stuff. And I can't remember if you gotta slide it in or if it's just there we go. I think you're just supposed to take that in there, I think. It is not wanting to get in there. That's why it was so tight. I think I got it though. Think I got it. Hope so. Alright, so we're just gonna reverse him around. And I think these, they do something funky. Like they go up in here. And unless you can get that pegged in real good, it will not. Man, there we go. Now he's in there. I'm pretty sure it's in there now. Like I said, transform a hell of a lot easier than his original mode. And that just popped off. Don't fret if something does come off. It's very simple to put back on. Again, he is very back heavy, so when you get ready to pose him or whatever, just remember that he baby's got back. Baby's got a lot of back. And he's got this little head thing right back here, and you just want to push that down right there. All right, but let's see here. Yeah, you just take that, bam, click it right back in there. So yes, there he is, standing with his very grimace looking mug there. Like I said, I did not put the stickers on his eyes because I actually like those eyes. I like those eyes a lot, okay? But then when you get down here to his chest piece, I did put the stickers on those. So yeah, it actually makes it pop. I don't know why my camera is showing everything so bright. He is a bright boy. He is. He really is. As far as his articulations on his fingers, though, index finger is the only one that is 100% posable, so you can't flick nobody off. The other fingers are all joined together, as you can see right there. All right. So that's that. He does have wrist twist. Alright, arm goes up that way. That way he's got a bicep twist up in there. And yeah, I'm not 100% sure if these are supposed to peg in here or not, but then we got that. Let's see, and somewhere in here you can peg in his other faces, which they are not in where they're supposed to be. So I am actually missing his other two faces that I have no idea where they're at, because they actually do fit into the one of the tails, actually, to be honest with you. And now that I took both the tails off, I don't see them on either tail, which is interesting. Very interesting indeed, yes. Huh. But they're pretty much the same two faces that you got with the original Megatron. And yeah, except for the one smiley face, it was real grimy looking. But back to the articulation, he's got that kick, bam, like that. Alright, swivel. Alright, his foot does pivot down, but not too much. It pretty much goes up that far just before the roller skates right there. Same thing. Huh. That's interesting. Just finding he's got a tiny bit of a pivot side to side. So yeah. One thing that's always bothered me with, I know this is show accurate and everything, but I just kind of like to put it in the back there. That's just for my personal preference, or some people keeps it like that. I'm not doing that. No. Yeah. I remember seeing a picture online with that, and I was like, really? But oh, here's the two faces right there. All right. So it actually goes on to the big gun that I think that this one, scoot that back so you can see the different size comparisons. So Dino Tail, main weapon. All right, so there's this size comparison. Also, the Dino Tail doesn't have a spot where you can put this, so see, nothing there. Plus it's a lot bigger. But there's your faces right there. So see what I mean about the goofy looking face? Yeah, I don't like that. Alright. And then you just turn around, and then you got this regular smug looking face. But they did a really good job on the eyes, even though it's not an LED. I like that. You know, it's because it's like I said, that pops off a lot. Alright, and so as far as trying to put this on to either hand, I think, yeah, it can go on either hand. So if you look at, I'll bring it in closer here. So if you look at this peg right there, they just peg in right there, and looks like that's the only place it actually pegs into. Interesting. So you can pick a hand, any hand, whatever you want. I think it has to be in a fist form, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. Try to remember, because I know it pegs in, unless the hand comes off. I don't think the hand comes off though. Really don't think the hand comes off. I can't get that bad boy in there, because I do know it goes in on there somehow, some way, but I don't think that this hand comes off from what I remember. I'm not gonna have him in this robot mode anyhow, to be honest with you, because I've always liked this Dino mode, and I can't get that on there. I really can't. Interesting, because you can see right here where that's supposed to peg in at, right there, it's supposed to, but obviously I don't know what I'm doing, obviously, unless it goes. Alright, here we go. So you gotta literally bend his wrist to get him to get his arm cannon thing going. Alright. And looks like my copy is not gonna hold mine all that. Well, no, I'll take that back. Zoom out here. So there he is. Put his little blast effect up in there. Which doesn't look like it holds too well. Alright, yeah. Not unless you... Yeah, so the blast effect is definitely too heavy for the arm, for my copy at least. So anyway, he's got that hey going on there. But that was that. So you can take, I do believe, yeah, you unpack that. Put this bad boy on there. And bam. Again, push his hand down. And or you gotta put him in that hay form, because otherwise it's not gonna fit. Maybe it goes all the way up. I don't know. There we go. Alright. And if you just do that right there, and blam. So you got that. What else? You got his classic, you know, spin on his wheels type thing. So, bam. There he is right there. Alright. But yeah, you know what? Even without the LEDs, I still like it. I still like it. Again, I like the dyno mode a lot better than his robot form on this particular one. I think the fact that he's a Megatron, he's shiny, transmetal. David Keys did his voice, and he turns into a dino. I mean, what kid in the 80s, or well, I think Beast Wars came out in the 90s, 80s or 90s, doesn't like dinos, doesn't like mechs back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and as you can see, he's still trying to fall backwards. So you always had to kind of have that going on right there. And I still don't see my bits that I'm looking for his guns, which, okay, I just found them. I never used them because I never opened them, but yeah, so there it is right there. It comes with a little card right there. All right, it's got his stats on there, but here's the bits right here that I was telling you about, the other fingers. Then you just snap these off right there and you put them on there. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to keep them in robot form. All right, and then just in case you're wondering, well, how tall is it compared to the other Megs, Diz? Well, if he will stand, there's your size comparison right there. Alright, and yes, I somewhat did fix this Megatron, but no, just I'm still haven't done the video for this Megs right here. As you can see, I gave him some battle damage, so he's going to just stay on my chest, on my display somewhere. And this one right here, oh my god, he's just gonna keep on just falling because somebody's got a lot of back there. So again, that's another reason why he will not be in robot mode, because he just will not stand. This makes just, yeah, I mean, I love this mix, I do. This was my first one. Will I buy another one? No, I'm not. I reached out to Shozi, and I can't remember what happened, but I just pretty much, honestly, I gave up. Unfortunately for me. So that was, you know, was it a waste of money for me to have him? No, because like I said, you can look at the arm. I did fix the arm. He can stand. He's just gonna have to be in robot mode. Whereas the main event right here, he's gonna be in Dino mode, and yeah. So you guys just let me know what you think down in the comments, because I mean, he just, I don't know if you want to call this a burnt orange brass or a dark gold. I really don't know. But either way, he's you know, there's not, I can't really think about anything except for the fact that he's just very back heavy. Other than that, which is a simple, lean him forward, then put him in a nice cool position, put him in that flight mode that he's got. You know what I'm saying? Bam. And if you have any like little stands or whatever like that, put him in that flight mode. So, because he's got all that, that's going to make him back heavy even more. But if you got a stand that's strong enough, yeah, do it. I might do that myself. If I liked the robot mode better than the Dino, I would do that. But I completely, totally like his alt mode a hell of a lot better, which is a first, because I normally like the bot modes better than the alts. But yeah, every so often I'll get a transformer that the alt mode is better. Not very often. But yeah, this one, yeah. And yeah, he's metal, die cast, the lost art, which, these third parties and fourth parties, they're bringing it back. So I'm glad about that. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think about this review, this Megatron. Are you a Prime fan? Are you a Beast Wars, Armada, Prime fan? There's many different Transformer fans out there that, we agree and we disagree, but we all love Transformers. All right. But this your boy Dizan Designs, and staying positive, motivated, and as always, Megatron's gonna say his favorite catchphrase: Megatron is out. Yes.